What's up, guys? We're live. It's been a while since I did this, but I'm happy to be back. So let's see who joins here. We're going to be doing an Amazon FBA Q&A. Should be really good. Let's take a look. So I've been traveling for a long time now. So I've been traveling for the past month. So now I'm back home in Vancouver. So I've got a lot of stuff coming up, got a lot of announcements. Tomorrow there's a really big announcement coming up. So yeah, stay tuned. So pretty much we're going to talk about how to start an online business, specifically Amazon FBA in this live. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Quentin? What's up, Willix, Street Royalty? What's up, guys? How you guys doing? What up? What's Dan net worth? I don't actually know, to be honest with you. After taxes, not very much, but growing for sure. What's up, Richie? What's up, Justin? What's up, Alice Nuvis? Wholesale, private label. I've never done wholesale, although I personally know a guy who does $9 million a year profit with wholesale. But it's like some next level stuff. It's not something that you can just learn in a course with the wholesale. He has like warehouses all over the country, all over the United States, and pretty much it's a whole operation. And he has like insane connections. So it's not something that like just like me or someone can start. So yeah, but that I would definitely say private label, of course, because that's how I started, and that's how like if you have $1,000, if you have $1,500, then definitely do private label. If you don't have that money, well then go and hustle, find like a short-term way of making some quick cash and then put that money into Amazon. What's up, Christopher? What's up, Pamela? Hope you guys are all doing well. But that net worth question was funny. What's Dan's net worth? Yeah, I got 2 Comma Club. Yeah, what up? So I'm very happy about that. Of course, it's just the beginning. One thing is, when you get, by the way, if you don't know what the 2 Comma Club is, pretty much it's an award from ClickFunnels that you've made $1 million using a product or service. So yeah, I got the 2 Comma Club back there. I don't really have a place to put it. So Justin Monroe says, just hit 10K a month from the Freedom Course. Hell yeah, man. We should do an interview. I actually have an interview coming up tomorrow with my student James. I haven't recorded that yet, so we're scheduled tomorrow morning. So I'm very excited about that. And I haven't put up a student interview in a while because I was in Norway. I was in Finland. In Finland, I have a huge business. I was there for a huge business reason, actually. We're talking like $100 million business, like $500 million business. So those are where my goals are in the future. And yeah, that's why I was there. But yeah, just always travel, things like that. So Alice Nuva says, really want to invest on Amazon. Awesome. Yeah, you should. Although you really should, you have to make sure that you're getting the accurate information. You have to make sure that the product that you're doing isn't just some basic thing, right? So what makes me different from any other private label course is because it's me. It's Dan Bass. That's pretty much it, right? I think with courses and things like that, you find a person that you click with, you find a person that has the same values as you, and you find a person that you really just like click with, like personality-wise, and you believe in their vision, right? And with me personally, I've been real the whole time, and pretty much like my goals in life do not revolve around. Honestly, they don't revolve around Lamborghinis and things like that. Like I am sitting in a $3 million penthouse. Okay, fine. In Vancouver, BC. But for me, it's just it's a whole other like, the journey of entrepreneurship that I've gone through, guys, has just been insane, and it's made me realize so many things about life because it wasn't the money, it wasn't the things that I've been able to do, it wasn't the traveling, it was the spiritual and the personal development that happened. Like it was just massive. My mind is like completely on another level. So that's why every single one of you should become an entrepreneur, and you should start with something like Amazon FBA because obviously in 2018 it's an amazing opportunity, if not the best opportunity. Maybe in 2025 there's going to be something else. You never know, right? So there probably will be. So that's why what I always say is if you want to start on your path towards your dream life, if you want to start making $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, then you have to use what you've got today. And you have to realize, like, we are alive right now in 2018. These are the opportunities available, right? So we've got, Amazon FBA, Shopify, drop shipping, affiliate marketing, personal branding, things like that. These are like the online income ways. So what's up, the Mad Cow? How much do you need minimum to start Amazon FBA? Asks Rizwan. Minimum $1,000. $1,000, because here's the thing, guys, and I don't think a lot of people talk about this. When a lot of people go and they find a product and they try to find a supplier for the product, they contact the suppliers on Alibaba, and then the suppliers right away, they assume that you're just like an Amazon FBA beginner, so they'll quote you like ridiculous prices. And it wasn't like this before. When I was starting, it wasn't like this. It wasn't as bad. Now they've caught on, that a lot of people are starting to sell on Amazon, like like in China, right? These Chinese suppliers on Alibaba. But the thing is, you've got to really, really negotiate. Like the first price they tell you, that's like, do not trust that price, right? So use things like 1688. Use things like all the other methods that I've shown over the time that I show in the Amazon Freedom course, right? Like there are other ways of figuring out the actual price of something, right? So, if you're complaining that, like $1,000 isn't enough to start, well, you're probably just agreeing to the price that your supplier is telling you. So that's something important to make sure that you just have to realize, like you have to use negotiation techniques to get the price down to increase your profit margin. So let's see what else we got. Should I go to college and get my computer science degree, or do you think I should learn Amazon FBA? What I think, this is a great question. What I think you should do is, I think you should you should get on your path towards entrepreneurship, because not everybody, and I've realized this, not everybody is destined to become an entrepreneur, right? So a lot of people, like the way their brain works, it's just they want safety, they want a 9-to-5 job, right? If you're watching this live stream, then obviously you're not one of those people. So, I'm glad to have you, and I'm glad that, we share the same vision together. So if you are that kind of person, if you are truly like wired to be an entrepreneur, then do not go to college. Like don't get a computer science degree, right? Because what college does and what a computer science degree does is essentially it makes you a slave. That's all it does. College creates slaves and robots for the industry, like for industries, right? So if you get a computer science degree, well, you've just become a robot that's going to be coding, 8 hours a day, 9 to 5, 5 days a week for like a company. And the thing is, the worst part about it is that you might be thinking that you're making, $100,000 a year after like 10 years, right? So when you're starting out, obviously you might be making like $60,000 a year or whatever, right? But even after a long time, you work your way up, up the corporate ladder with your computer science degree, right? The whole time you're making your boss and the company that you're working for at least 10 times, 10 to 100 times the money that they're paying you, right? Essentially, it's just slavery. That's why if you're wired to be an entrepreneur, then you've got to get on this journey. Like you just got to commit to it, and you got to start by reading books, start by researching the things like Amazon FBA, right? With like an online business, right? Start researching the different business models that are relevant today, that are the best today, and basically like just figure out the best one. And then if you like, let's say Amazon, then commit to it. Like commit to it. In my opinion, Amazon is the lowest hanging fruit of the tree, and it will continue to be, because Amazon is a $1 trillion company, and more and more people are obviously moving from retail to e-commerce, right? So the growth is 20% year to year, which is absolutely insane. Right now, it's like going like this. So eventually, most people will shop like on e-commerce and on Amazon instead of in the store. So let's see what else we got. Jeff Hanna, what up, man? Late to the party, ready to rock and roll. I'm starting on Amazon and scaling to Shopify. That's really, really good. That's what you should do, in my opinion. And I've actually done the exact same thing. I started on Amazon, and then what I did was I created a Shopify store with my Amazon brand, and then I posted my products on there. And that way, you're like diversifying as well. Obviously, I've got my YouTube channel, and for me, it's not a big deal. Like if my Amazon, right? Because with Amazon, you're not actually in control of your business, because Amazon can just pull the plug and they can just ban you, but only if you violate some terms of service, if you break some rule, right? But the difference is, and I'm just telling you how it is, the difference is with Shopify, you own your asset, you own your business, right? And what that allows you to do is nobody can ban you, right? Nobody can just tell you, hey, you can't sell this, you can't do that, right? So that's one good thing about it, Shopify versus Amazon. However, this is very important. The good thing about Amazon is that you don't have to worry about getting customers. With Shopify, you pretty much are just opening a business on the corner of a street, right? Like metaphorically speaking. and you've got to stand outside your business. You got to figure out like, hey, you got to yell at people on the street like, hey, come in my store and buy my stuff. That's what you have to do with Shopify. You have to run, Facebook ads and things like that, because you like, people aren't going on your website. They don't know what your website is. So you've got to expose your website using Facebook ads. Meanwhile, on Amazon, millions of customers are searching for your product, for many products, right? And pretty much if you figure out a way to rank on the first page, which there are like proven legit ways to do that, obviously, then, you don't have to worry about running Facebook ads or anything like that. So there you go. But ideally, you want to have both Amazon and Shopify. But if you scale your Amazon business to Shopify, you'll see that your Shopify is going to be significantly less than your Amazon business. That's just how it is. All right, let's see. Whoa, I just got like 10 million comments. Okay. Raul Sanchez, he says, I just checked that today. We're hitting 13K in revenue for this month, profit about 30 to 35%. That's amazing, dude. That's incredible. We've got a lot of like successful students in here right now. So yeah, if you guys are like a successful student of mine, I'm recognizing a lot of these names. Just leave a comment right here. Just tell me. I think I've already seen three of my people right here, three of my students who have just been successful. Dan, would you say that doing Amazon FBA and Shopify is an example of chasing two rabbits? It depends, okay? If you're doing both, like if you're literally broke and you try Amazon, let's say you fail. Let's just say your first product, it sucks. And let's say you learned from it, right? It wasn't the right product. And let's say it was too competitive, or you didn't differentiate enough. You didn't add enough value. You just couldn't bring it to the market for whatever reason. And then you learn from it. But then you say, you know what, I'm going to do Shopify because Shopify doesn't require as much starting capital, doesn't require as much starting, startup money. That is definitely chasing two rabbits, and you just don't do that. Okay, I'll explain why in a second. So pretty much, if you switch from Amazon to Shopify, like if you fail on Amazon, and then you go like, okay, I'm going to do Shopify. It's less money to start. The problem is that what you learned on Amazon, right, that only helps you if you try again on Amazon, if you try with a second product, right? Most people give up after 3 attempts. Like 99% of people, that's statistically proven, 99% of people give up after 3 tries at anything. So if you can get through a third failure, like 3 failures in a row, you are pretty much guaranteed to succeed in anything that you try. Most people give up after 3 tries. So whether you commit to Amazon, whether you commit to Shopify, you will succeed if you can get through 3 failures, all right? And that's statistically speaking. All right, Taj Mania says, I'm somebody who has no computer or sales experience. You don't need any. Blake says, you've been popping up on my YouTube ads. Awesome. I'm actually recording a lot of new YouTube ads on Tuesday, and they're going to be like updated, obviously, because the ones that I've got running have just been from like this year, January, February, March. Let's see what else we got. Any other passive income besides Shopify and Amazon? Of course, there's so many ways. But like I said, the best ways to make money online are Amazon FBA, so e-commerce, first of all, because obviously e-commerce is growing like crazy. So Amazon FBA, Shopify dropshipping, and then affiliate marketing, personal branding, and also the real power with making money online is when you combine more than one income stream. Another one is email marketing. Email marketing is huge. Email marketing, like if you know nothing else except email marketing, you can survive and make yourself good money for the rest of your life. That's just one income stream. But I personally know millionaires and multimillionaires as well, other than myself, who have done that in either one of these income streams. Like I personally know. So it doesn't matter the way, right? 80% is the mindset. Like if you want to get rich, if you want to live your dream life, and if you want to have this amazing just passive income lifestyle, and you're able to travel, you're able to buy whatever you want, Lamborghinis, whatever it is, right? If that's what you want, right? Cool motorcycles, I don't know, because I prefer motorcycles and convertibles. But pretty much, what was I saying? I totally forgot. But anyway, I'll probably get back to it. Let's see. Do I have any stocks and shares? Very good question. No, I don't. And the reason why, this is a very good question, by the way. So a lot of people, when they start making money, let's say 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, right? A lot of people, they start stressing about the fact that they don't have, they're not investing in anything. And here's the deal. I'm focusing on what I'm good at, which is Amazon, which is e-commerce, which is Shopify. And I don't know anything about like stocks. I don't know anything about any of that. I don't know anything about cryptocurrency. I don't know anything about real estate. So how can I, like how can I put my hard-earned money, right? And even though it's passive income, it's still, I worked for it, right? Anybody can achieve it as long as they know the principles, as long as they know, how to do it, like how to set up the systems and everything like that. And they put the work in, they don't give up, right? These are all basic principles. But pretty much, I literally trust like my money just being held in a bank account right now more than me putting it into some random stocks and worrying about it growing. Why? And I'll tell you why. Because right now, I would rather use the money that I've made, right? And I would rather take that money and put it into a massive, massive future business. It's going to be massive. And I'm already working on a massive future business. And, that was one of the reasons that I was in Scandinavia for a month. And it will be huge. It will be something that will be like in every single store in America and Canada. And you guys will see. So the whole plan is that a lot of people, once they start making, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 a month, 200,000 a month, 300,000 a month, whatever it is, right? That's at about where I'm at. A lot of people, they start, Gucci, Versace, all this stuff, right? And they just keep doing that. Well, the problem is that's how, like a recipe for failure and for poverty. And in reality, the people that get truly rich for life are the people that take that money and keep putting it into like even bigger businesses with higher potential. So, let's say you have a $1 million business or $2 million business, and which is close to what I have right now. Right now, I'm taking the money and I'm putting it into a business with a $100 million to $1 billion potential, right? And that's like when you sell it. So it will take a while, but it's nothing too difficult. And and then after that, then once you already have $100 million, this is my philosophy. You take that money, you put it into real estate. You take that money, you do whatever you want, right? You literally can cash it in the bank in some kind of like fund, right? That pays you 8% a year, and you're balling for the rest of your life. You don't have to work, right? So that is how you truly get rich. And also it helps that I'm not a very materialistic guy, and I would rather have freedom. I would rather have like, I'd just rather inspire people. I'd rather help people, right? Like I don't have to do any of this. I don't have to like sit here and talk to you guys, but it's my life mission. Like it's just my life mission. I have to do it. So yeah. But anyway, that's I went on a little tangent there. What do I think about Alex Becker's advertising? That's not Amazon related, but we haven't really been Amazon related. But I think Alex Becker's a genius, and he is one of the richest YouTubers in our industry because he's been there for a while. So do launch services work anymore? Okay, it depends. If you have a very competitive product, and this has been for a couple months now. If you have a very competitive product and you're thinking that a launch service is going to help you, it won't. And that's the thing. Like you're gonna have to give away a ton of units, unless you're willing to give away 500 units, 1,000 units, and you have a very, very competitive product, right? Like, and you're gonna have to have like 10,000 units in stock. No one's gonna do that, right? So that's why it is super important to make sure that you have you're using accurate product research techniques and you're using like good stuff, like good techniques that will help you find a product that isn't crazy competitive. That way you won't have to rely on a launch service, right? How much is my course to purchase? It's $497. It's always been $497. Link is right down below. Actually, my course is the cheapest with the most amount of videos, and obviously also the highest quality videos. And also, my course is the only one which has had the one-on-one mentorship since it began. My course has been the only one that has had me respond to every single student in my course on my Facebook every day since it began. All right, so that says something. So the link for that is right down below if you guys want to join the Amazon Freedom course. And that will teach you everything you need to know. How to start an Amazon FBA, how to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. And, of course it's not easy, but it's definitely easier than working a 9-to-5 job, even for a month, 2 months, 3 months, for a year, right? You just got to commit to something, guys. I realized this entrepreneurship life, it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind, all right? Is the course up to date in terms of PPC and email sequence? Yes, it is. And actually, I will be remaking the course, and it will. So basically, if you buy the course today, you will be able to access any future updates. Right. So I've already updated the course 3 or 4 times. I'm going to be remaking it completely, completely. And I just want it to be like super high quality. Plus, I've moved into this pad right here. So right here, I think the setup's a little bit better. So I'm going to be remaking it, and I don't have to do it, but I want to do it. Even though it's updated right now, it has the latest techniques and all the latest information, from my experience selling on Amazon. I just want to do it. I just want to make sure that the course is the absolute best it can be at a good price that's accessible to people, right? Because if you're trying to start an Amazon business, like when I was trying to start, when I was cleaning windows, that's what I was doing. I was cleaning windows when I was starting my Amazon business. Like, buying a course for $1,000, that's like a lot of money. $1,000 is a lot of money. It's not, it's not like, pennies, right? So that's why I made my course $497, right? And it's an accessible price, but the value of the course is at least 10 to 20 times the price. And that's because I believe in giving people 10 to 20 times more value than I'm charging for something. Let's see what else we got here. How many individual business industries are you in, Dan the Man? 2, I guess. Yeah, I'm in 2 industries right now. So I'm in the internet marketing, online business entrepreneurship industry, I guess, which is what this is. And then I'm also in the second industry, which I can't talk about yet. So did I take any courses when I started out? Yeah, like a year and a half ago when I started out, me and my buddy, we split a bunch of courses, and that way we had the best information from all of them. So yeah. What's my monthly revenue? It's in the hundreds of thousands. So multiple hundreds of thousands. How do you deal with other people that think that, this is a really good question. How do you deal with other people that think that selling on Amazon isn't a real business? Most baby boomers think online businesses are a joke. Curious how you tackle that. They're wrong, of course. So, well, the typical baby boomer, they're, just if you look at the typical baby boomer, the average baby boomer, they're probably overweight. They probably make $40,000 to $50,000 a year. They're probably miserable. They're probably in debt, right? So if someone is trash talking you, if someone's talking down, all I got to do is think about their situation. So if a baby boomer would come up to me and they'd be like, whatever you're doing online business, that's a joke. I have a real job, right? I'll just tell them, hey, dude, like I can wake up in the morning. I can right now, like tomorrow morning, I can wake up. I can travel to Hawaii, and then I can travel to Fiji, and then I can travel to Norway without working. And my business will continue making the exact same money. And also, not to mention the fact that I make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. So it's as simple as that. And then they'll quickly shut up. So pretty much, baby boomers, it's just obvious. They're old. They don't know anything, right? And a lot of the times, like, whoa, the clouds are pretty low. I'm in Vancouver right now, so the clouds are going crazy. Yeah, so no, I was just saying, like, it's all psychological. Like, people get jealous and people will trash talk you and stuff, and you just gotta like flip that off, right? So is Amazon's early review program good to use before I turn on PPC? Yeah, it's fine, although I never used it personally. I've always hustled to get my own reviews, which you can do. It is, it has been a little bit, like, it is a little bit harder than when I started, but it's still like, how do you think people are launching their products right now? Like, how do you think they're getting reviews, right? So you just got to be vigilant. You just got to be like careful. You just got to have common sense. You got to make sure that you're not having your mom upstairs review your product. You got to make sure that you don't have your grandmother in the basement or whatever, or your brother in the basement review your product, like shipping the product to the same address where you are. That's probably not a good idea. So yeah. What percentage of tax do you pay as a Canadian? I'm not an accountant. My accountant does all this stuff, but there's tax brackets if you want to. You can just Google it, right? But pretty much, if you make under $500,000 a month, you don't have to worry. The tax in Canada is like 8%. If you make over that, and I do make over that, a lot more than that, then you start paying taxes. But I believe it's like 13 to 26%, at least here in BC. Will my course go on sale before the end of the year? No, because right now, the price that it's at right now is already ridiculously low for what it is. I could easily increase it to $997, and nothing would change. Like, people would still, of course, we would still buy it because the value of the course, like the mentorship alone, right? For my time right now, I charge $2,000 an hour, and the mentorship alone of this course, which gives you access to my time every single day. You can ask me questions on Facebook. Like, that is worth like at least 50 times the price of the course. If you literally ask me a question every single day. So why would I put it on sale? I've had over 3,000 and something people join the Amazon Freedom course. I've had them go through, and I've had hundreds of successful students. So yeah. Am I into crypto? No, I'm not into crypto. Jordan Shepard, currently living off my Instagram services. People like you inspire me. Awesome, man. Lease or finance for getting a new car? That depends. If you want to write off your car, at least in Canada, you got to lease it. And yeah, so that's pretty much. How well are your YouTube ads converting, man? Extremely well. Why would I run them otherwise? Man, when people ask me these questions, it blows my mind. Oh man. Hey Dan, could you take a look at my listings, give me some feedback? I'm getting ready to launch, and I want to make sure I'm well prepared. If you're in the course, you actually have access to me, and you can ask me, like, you can send me your listing, and then I'll tell you exactly the pointers, what I think you should do, how I think you should improve your listing. So yeah, that's if you join the Amazon Freedom course. The link for that is right down below. And I will be interviewing my student James, and he is making $10,000 a month, I think more right now. So I'm going to interview him tomorrow. So stay tuned for that video. And I've also got a big announcement coming up tomorrow. What? Tax in California are so much higher? Well, guess what? You probably have to get out of California. California has the highest tax rate. I've heard the statistic. I think it was Grant Cardone that said it in an interview. Grant Cardone is someone that I really respect. Pretty much in California, it's like if you make six figures, if you make $100,000 in LA, well, right away you give 18% to the state. So you give $18,000 to the state, and then you give away like 44% to the federal government. So you're left with like $44,000, which pretty much makes you broke. So literally, you've got no choice but to become an entrepreneur. In America, at least. Daniel says, guys, believe me, Dan's course is beyond legit. He's not paying me to say this. Yeah, no, I don't pay anyone to say anything. But thanks, dude. Yeah, I think, people can tell like what your motives are. People can tell what kind of person you are. And my motives are, you guys can tell. Like, I want every single person that's watching this, I want them to succeed, and I want it really badly. Because, for me, I'm successful, but I didn't think that it would happen so fast for me. I didn't think that, I was at this, like, just, it happened so fast for me, right? I think the average person becomes the average millionaire becomes a millionaire. It takes them 7 years, I think the statistic is, if not more. And for me, it took a year and a half. And, it's just like, every day I ask myself, well, why am I special, right? So I truly want this for everybody. I want everybody, and not necessarily become a millionaire if that's what you want, sure, but I want everybody to realize their true potential. I want everybody to realize that, hey, you can do anything you want. You just got to learn what successful people are doing, and you got to apply it, right? And maybe differentiate yourself a little bit, right? Put your own little twist on it, put your own little spin. So, yeah. What's my accountant's contact? I'm not giving my accountant's contact, but will I be increasing my course price soon? No, I won't. I could have increased it. If I would increase it, I would have increased it a long, long time ago. How much did it really cost to launch your first product? It was almost $3,000 in shipping error for my first product. My very first product on Amazon cost me $1,800 to launch, like everything in, $1,800. And the unit cost was $1.86. And I ordered, I think it was 400 units. I think it was something like that. So it was that plus shipping. So it was $1,500 or $1,800. How do you make sure you're never out of stock? I'm struggling to find money for the reorder if I keep selling this fast. So you're successful. That's awesome. How much are you selling? The thing is your first months, like if you are successful and you sell really well, it's going to be kind of hard to find money to restock. So you kind of like have to either wait for Amazon to pay you or request early payment, right? You can do that as well on your Amazon Seller Central, but it's only your first few months. After that, you'll have money ready in your account. As long as you don't spend it all, then you'll have money to reorder. Zeph Zero Shade says, even though my first FBA product is kind of failing, you've altered my mindset forever, and I now have full confidence in myself to learn and adapt, and I know I'll achieve my dreams soon. Thanks, man. That's all you got. If you know you'll achieve your dreams, you will. All right? And you can come back to me and you can tell me, like, hey, I've achieved my dreams. Have I ever thought about showing proof of my Amazon revenues on YouTube? No, because all it does is incite hate and just like fake claims and stuff. People will always talk shit, even though all I want to do is help people, So why would I do that? The Mad Cow says, I've just started looking into dropshipping Shopify. I haven't looked much into Amazon yet, but it seems that the game has been sewn up by the early guys like you, and we're picking up scraps. I'm not that early. I was a year and a half ago. It's funny. I was saying the exact same thing when I was starting. I was thinking, what if the sellers in 2016, 2015, what if those guys had it easy and I have it hard? Because at the time when I was like with my product, when it was coming in, I had all these limiting beliefs and this fear. And you have to understand, it will never change. Like, you have to understand that this belief here that, like, oh, something's too competitive and the people, like, everybody's already doing it. If you ask anybody out there, like, if they want to start a business, they'll say anything is too competitive, right? So you can make anything work. My first product cost me $11,800. Projected revenue will be $33,000. I think that's extremely high. I don't know why your first product costs you that much money. Yeah. So, what's the best state to get an LLC? The three are Nevada, Delaware, and then it was Wyoming and Montana. The four. Am I doing Amazon Canada or USA? Both, but I started on USA. I want to start Amazon FBA, but I only have $200. How can I make more money to start Amazon FBA? I cleaned windows. Okay, so super basic. Like, I would recommend, if you don't have a starting capital for Amazon, either work your job and save up $1,000. It's not very difficult, and then or clean windows. Like, start a local business, landscaping. Maybe some kind of just solve a problem for a target market, right? So obviously, me and my buddy, we were trying to figure out, like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna make money to start this business? Because I had already quit my corporate job. I was like, nope, I'm committed to being an entrepreneur. I burnt my bridges, and that's it. And so pretty much, we were thinking, like, what can we do? We're sitting around, and I realized we can clean windows. So you just got to really think. And also, another thing is, don't try to take shortcuts. Do not take shortcuts, because if you take shortcuts, life will always stab you in the back. All right, that's what I've learned. And yeah, never take shortcuts. Never think that there's an easier way of making money, because there isn't. Right? You just got to put in the work. That's it. There's no secret. So for all of you guys that have already joined, let me see how long we've been doing this. It's been 30 minutes. We can go on for another 10 minutes. So yeah, for all you guys that have joined, welcome. And we're doing a Q&A here, how to start an online Amazon FBA business to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. And I want to say, anybody that's watching this right now, if you're stuck in that analysis paralysis, if you're stuck and you're not taking action, the only thing stopping you from getting anywhere is going forward and committing to something. Most people, they just can't commit to anything, and that's why they fail. Buy Bitcoin now. So someone says, buy Bitcoin now. We're at the bottom of a bull run right now. I wouldn't buy any Bitcoin. If you want advice on that, you can listen to the smartest investors in the world, Warren Buffett, one of them. You can see what he has to say about Bitcoin. So, have you not had any issues with competitors playing dirty and Amazon not helping, even with proof? It happens, but guess what? It's something that's like inevitable in any business. You'll always have people that'll try to use dirty tricks to get you out of the game, and just don't retaliate. Just try to make your product so much better than theirs. Like, try to add so much value. And that's the real entrepreneurial solution to this, that they can't do anything. Right? So how did you deal with patience? I found it hard during my first few months of launch, waiting for sales. Just read books. That's what I did. I read entrepreneurial books. Actually, my MacBook, my iMac is literally on a pile of books right now. So my whole apartment is, my whole penthouse here is like covered in books all around. So read books, because it doesn't matter what situation you're in. If you're in a negative situation, all you got to do, you got to surround yourself with positivity. If you're in a negative situation, if you're stuck in a house, if you're stuck living with your parents and they're not supporting you or whatever, you've got to put so much positivity in your mind. The best way to do that is by reading biographies of successful people, millionaires and billionaires, by reading the books that I talk about so much on my channel here, and just doing that and just watching YouTube videos. Do I ever get lonely as a remote entrepreneur? No, especially not since my roommate moved in, who's from Finland. Jonathan, he's been a close friend. So yeah, and also it's my personality type. I'm and I think everybody is an introvert extrovert, so it doesn't really matter, right? You can be an introvert, you can be an extrovert. It's good to most people aren't comfortable with being alone, and one part of entrepreneurship you have to understand is that it's a lonely game, right? Because if you're striving to be the top 1%, well, guess what? Most people are not the top 1%. So they're not going to understand your struggles. They're not going to understand your pains. They're not going to understand what you're thinking about and your level of thinking and your vision. So yeah, you just got to get comfortable with being alone sometimes, and you just got to keep a close circle of friends, maybe non-entrepreneur friends, entrepreneur friends. Yeah, Yo, Dan, my first product failed, lost a lot of money. Now I'm learning dropshipping SMA. I wouldn't do that. I would continue with Amazon. Like I said earlier in this live stream, like a failure is nothing but a lesson. And in fact, a failure is better than a success because a failure will teach you something. Meanwhile, if you succeeded on your first try, you're not equipped with the knowledge that will maybe prevent you from having future failures, So a failure is actually a blessing if you learn something from it. So like I said, if you switch to dropshipping or SMMA or any other online income stream, you're not applying what you've learned. You're not even giving yourself a chance to apply what you've learned. And most entrepreneurs, like I failed with my first product. So that's what you got to understand. But I pushed through because I knew that the statistic says if most people, they give up after 3 products. All I have to do is get through 3 failures and I will succeed. All right. And it took me, what was it, like 2 failures? So yeah. How did I grow my YouTube in such a short time? I've done YouTube my whole life pretty much. So this is like a natural strength of mine. Let's see. Am I getting any coaches to help me out, and is that part of my new course update? No, that's not in the plans right now. Because if I did that, I would have done that a long time ago. But I probably should, hire a couple coaches that will help me like do the mentorship as well. So I'll still be talking to everybody every single day. But I probably should hire some people, because I've had a lot of successful students that are willing to be coaches. So yeah. Where do I find inspiration for brand name? That's very hard, actually. I'm not very good with names. Honestly, my best advice to finding a brand name for your Amazon business, for your Amazon product, it's going to come in a second. My best advice, literally sit down, okay, and imagine, like put yourself in the shoes of your customer. And you know your product, you know your niche, right? Let's just say it doesn't matter, right? So, whatever, you've got a product and think about your customer and put yourself in the shoes of your customer and imagine you're the customer and you're like searching for the keywords of your product on Amazon. And now ask yourself the question, what kind of brand name would make your customer buy and would make your customer click on the page, right? So that's how I find every single one of my brand names. YouTube all organically, yes, because I don't take any shortcuts. And my ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club, which proves that I'm a millionaire, is right there. And I haven't taken any shortcuts since I began. Two of my other favorite YouTubers on the business side of things are Dan Locke, Stephen James. Am I familiar with them? Yes, I spoke to Stephen James yesterday. He's amazing. He's amazing. Like, the thing is, there's a lot of entrepreneurs, in my opinion, that have, maybe it's just different, but I can't say that they have the wrong morals and values and the wrong priorities. A lot of people are very occupied about, just like having 10 Lamborghinis and having like just constantly Versace, Gucci, this and that. There's no problem with that. Absolutely none, right? And I like luxury things, right? Like I have a luxury car and, I live in a multi-million-dollar apartment, right? And like literally the best apartment in Vancouver, Canada. And, there's nothing wrong with that. But Stephen James, he's more about like purpose. He's more about, really changing how people think. And that's exactly what I am, because everything stems from how you think. Everything stems from how you think. That's what I've realized. Your mental state is responsible for your success. If you can get your mental state in the perfect, positive, mindset, then you're golden. Do I play GTA? I used to. I think I spent like thousands and thousands of hours on GTA. Yeah, no, I don't play GTA anymore. It's been a long, long time. Someone asked why I don't talk about specific markets on Amazon, and the reason for that is because, the hip hop underworld, like exactly what you said. Why would I talk about a specific market? All it's going to do, like a bunch of people are just going to flood in, and I don't want that. I want everybody to have the knowledge to find their own market. I've got coffee here sitting. I haven't even touched it. I drink way too much coffee, probably like 4 or 5 a day. Probably because I'm Canadian, but my parents are European, and I was born in Europe, so that's probably why. Ricky says, I'd like to purchase the training, but I'm in the UK, Dan. That's no problem, because I've got a ton of successful UK students, and the course is designed for anybody in the world to learn how to make 6 or 7 figures a year on Amazon FBA. So you'll also get my mentorship, like I said. Hello, Dan, 15 years old from Alberta, Canada. A couple months ago, I heard about Amazon FBA. I decided to start Amazon with my friend. I need to ask you how much will it cost for the first product. I've got a video covering this exact question, so you can literally go on my YouTube, you can find it there. But it will be anywhere between $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, depending on how cheap your product, like what your product is, right? If you're trying to source some electronic product, obviously it's gonna be more expensive. But if you're sourcing a cheap product, then you can do $1,000. But if you're 15 years old, I would recommend, it's a business, right? You got to understand, like, there are risks associated with this. And if you're 15, you need a credit card to start Amazon, right? And if you don't have a credit card, like, you need to be 18 to apply for a credit card and to do it. So unless your parents allow you to sell on Amazon and they like sign up for an account, you sign up for an account through them, then sure. But yeah, that's what we got to be careful about. What workout program do I follow? All right, let's talk about workout program. Even though this is about Amazon FBA, I think I answered a lot of the questions here. But pretty much, I work out 4 to 5 times a week, and I work out with my roommate Jonathan. Today, actually, I killed a leg day right before this live stream. I'm like half dead right now. I literally had to limp up up in my apartment here. So yeah, but pretty much goes like this. It goes like. And I don't have specific days like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because my life, I'm always traveling, things like that, right? I'm always hustling, all around the world, right? Just dreaming big, making it happen. So pretty much my, let's just say Monday is chest and biceps. And then Tuesday is back. And then Thursday is legs. And then Friday is shoulders and triceps, yeah. And then cardio on the off days. Yo, are you French? And also, what are your top 3 ways to make passive income? I've got a video covering this exact question. It's on my YouTube, but Amazon FBA, just to tell you, Amazon FBA, Shopify dropshipping, and top 3 ways. I mean, there's a lot of ways, but either affiliate marketing or personal branding or social media marketing could be, if you do that right, if you scale it. So do you think it's okay if your storefront name doesn't match your brand name? Or do you have a something? Okay, I don't know. I killed a squat rack today. Awesome, Mad Max. You can change your storefront name whenever you like, by the way. All right. Let's see. What would you say about pumping up the variations of a product? What would be the advantages and disadvantages of creating color and size variations? The thing is with variations, you got to make sure that if you're investing in an extra variation, you got to make sure that that will sell. And the thing with variation, it's always the 80-20 rule, guys. So I'm not sure if you're familiar, but one of the core entrepreneurial rules is called the Pareto Principle. And what it says is that 80% of your results will come from 20% of your effort. So with variations, you got to make sure that when you're looking at a competitor, right, and you're trying to model after them, and you want to add value and things like that, of course, you want to make sure that the variations that you're thinking of doing are going to be actually worth doing, right? So most of the time, it's worth just doing like the top selling variation of a product if it has like 10 or 20 variations, because in most cases there will be 1 or 2 top selling variations, out of 10. So yeah, there's a link right down below for the Amazon Freedom course. A lot of people are asking me, so yeah. All right, Pepra asks, Dan, with Q4 approaching, I was considering adding 3 more products to take advantage. However, I have yet to gain traction with my first product. Would you recommend this move, or am I overdoing it? Definitely overdoing it. There is something right now you can do today that you can pump up the sales for your first product right now. A lot of people, they expect to just throw up a product on Amazon. They expect it to just sell. Well, if you don't have a course, if you don't have a mentor, and if you're just like trying to half-ass things, it's not going to sell. And you can't rely on the Amazon system to just give you sales. You got to put in the work, and you got to figure out what your competitors that are making a ton of money doing, and you got to model after them, and also improve. Okay, so I bet you there's something you can do after this live stream, Pepper. There's something you can do, and you can really like start getting sales today. Launch a PPC campaign. Target the highest search keywords, right? Or target the top 100 keywords from your list, right? So where do I see myself in 20 years? Maybe I'll talk about it some other time, but it's too long to talk about right now. What was the first thing that I did when I woke up when I was broke? I think I ate breakfast. No, what was it? I wrote down my goals. So when things really started changing my life was when I started really, like, I painted a clear, like, I sat down and I wrote down exactly what I wanted by what age, and I'm 22 now. So back then I was 21, 20, and pretty much I wrote down where I wanted to be at 22, and I am there. Like, I am perfectly there. That's what you have to understand in life. If you decide what you want, if you set a destination, that's where you'll get to. So, yeah, I wrote down my goals, and that's where things started really changing for me. All right, and let's see. I just started my FBA, and my goal is 6 figures by the end of high school. Do you think this is possible if I take your course? Of course, everything's possible. But the thing is you got to understand that it depends on the kind of person you are. If you're the kind of person that will give up very quickly after a couple of days, well, probably not. If you're like just a person that expects that the world will just hand you everything without putting any work, probably not. But if you're the kind of person that takes action, if you're the kind of person that understands that in a world where the standard is so low, where people literally like are so lazy, and that it's not that hard to succeed if you just push through and if you stay committed it, then of course you can hit any goal you want. 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, right? So you should write a book. I'm actually writing a book right now. It's going to be out by the end of the year. So super excited about that. It's going to be life-changing. Like, it's not just going to be some simple, like whatever, morning routine, whatever, guys, what's up, it's going to be life-changing. I'm going to teach you guys so many things that I've learned from my experience going from broke to millionaire in under a year and a half. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. And it's just super exciting because with the book, I'll be able to reach so many people. And yeah, it's part of my mission. So I'm very excited for that. All right, Alvaro says, I write down my goals first thing tomorrow. You're an inspiring person. Thanks for bringing so much value. Dude, you're amazing, man. Thank you. Dan, how'd you get so good at Facebook ads? Did you take a course, read a particular book? No. One of the hardest things with Facebook ads was that there wasn't a good course on it. And when I was first starting out, like, I realized that Facebook ads were such an important thing to learn. So I literally just like trial and error, and eventually I figured it out. So I also have good mentors that I've been able to acquire because of everything that I've done, right? Obviously, once you grow like this, once you get to Comma Club, right? Once you hit 1 million, once you hit 1.5 million, I've actually hit a lot more than 1 million. This is kind of delayed. It took them a while to send me the plaque, but in my opinion, really, once I made $1 million, I realized how little it is. It's actually not much. So yeah, my goals are in the 100 millions to a billion right now. And I'm 22 now, and by age 30, I will definitely be a billionaire with what I'm building right now, which is actually unrelated to YouTube. It's totally unrelated, but you guys will see. You guys will see. It's going to be in every single store, and yeah, super pumped for that. You're the man, Dan. Dude, you're the man. All right, well, I think it's pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't already. You guys probably should be subscribed. And if you guys are interested in joining the Amazon Freedom Course, the link for that is right down below. You do get my mentorship with it. So once you join, just message me on there. There's a link, and we'll be able to get started. We can talk. You guys can ask me any questions. Amazon FBA passive income. Also, follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. Stay tuned for a ton of amazing stuff coming up. Also got the podcast. There's a new episode coming out tomorrow on the biggest realization that I've had that will make you successful. So it's coming out tomorrow as well. And I've got a student interview coming out tomorrow, writing a book. So just amazing things coming out. Shopify videos this week, next week as well. So hope you guys enjoyed. Am I going to buy a Lambo? No, not soon. I could have easily bought a Lambo many times over, but I much prefer my, what's it called? I don't know, what is it? An Audi S5 convertible 2018. It's like red leather seats and everything. And it's like, it's just beautiful, man. It's like, the thing with a Lambo is it's like a pain in the ass because you're always scared of all the bumps, right? And you're always scared of all like the speed bumps and everything. But with my car, with my convertible, you just whip it around. It's beautiful. It's luxurious. It's awesome. I also have a lifted pickup truck. I have 2 motorcycles. So pretty much everything that I've ever wanted, I have. And everything that I'm doing every single day is for you guys. So yeah, hope you guys can see that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. You guys can send me a message on Instagram. I try to respond to everybody. And yeah, dream big, guys. All right, see ya.